Hello, my name is Charlene Marcus. I am 66 years old. I have lived on the Taos Pueblo Indian Reservation. I am half Kiowa and half Taos. My mother and my father were both Christians, and they had me going to church all the time, and I was baptized when I was 7, and I accepted the Lord as my personal Savior. But at that time, I really didn't know about the Lord's way. I just was following all the other girls. And now I realized that there were so many things I needed to be thinking about before I committed myself. And so now I've been baptized in the church, and I'm very grateful because the Lord has given me another chance to fix my life. And at one time I was so broken, I was in pieces, and the Lord brought me together, and He's able to save me. And now I followed up in baptismal, and I'm so happy because it's changed my whole life. I have already begun to see the changes. I actually enjoy reading the Bible. My Bible is no longer empty. I have it documented, written, and underlined. And I'm very grateful to the prophecy group because they have really taught me a lot. And I was at the Taos Indian Baptist Mission, and I've been there all my life. But not once did we ever go into Revelations. It was a scary chapter. I was afraid of it. I heard about it a long time ago, but I was afraid of it. So now that I've gone through it, I feel so good because the Lord has opened up my eyes on many, many things. First of all, Saturday being the Sabbath, the real Sabbath. And this morning I was watching how the Ten Commandments, how they were faring in the United States today. And it showed one by one how each of us is guilty of each one of those things because we have made justifications and we made excuses and compromise. So as a result, all of us are sinners, and we come short of the glory of God, and we need to be close to Him. I've been a judge for 5 years at the Taos Indian Pueblo. I enjoyed being a judge. I've also been a police officer. I was also in the courts and in corrections. I worked in the prisons for 23 years, and I was with hardened criminals. And every day, when something broke out, I was in there in the middle. And I know it was God that was taking care of me because I wasn't afraid. And the other guards used to get mad at me because I'd be right in the middle. And it was because I was never afraid, because I knew that God was in the midst of all of us. And there were times when I prayed with them because they were so bitter and so defeated. And so with working in the prisons, and I became the jail administrator for Taos County, and I worked as a jail administrator for 5 years. I ran the jail. I had 25 men in there, and I worked with each of them, and it took a lot of patience and it took a lot of love. And one day when I found this person hanging, I ran around and I screamed for help, and people came running and they helped me unloose him, and were able to hold him by his legs and bring him down. And he didn't lose his life. And I prayed that prayer with him. I told him, "Do you accept the Lord as your personal Savior?" And he said yes. And so I prayed that prayer, and I know that in my heart, I knew he was saved. And I want to be a good mother and a good grandmother and a great grandmother. And I want to be the model that shines out, that they can see Jesus in me, that I don't have to tell anyone because they can see there's something there. And then they'll ask me and I'll tell them, and this will be, my legacy. Thank you.
Gracias.